How to shelter in place for a chemical emergency. Basically, to shelter in place for a chemical emergency is to go inside and to try to keep the good air in and the contaminated air out. Here's a summary of the basic steps for shelter in place for chemical emergencies. Step 1, go inside bringing all visitors, children, and pets with you. Step 2, shut and lock all doors and windows and close curtains and blinds. Step 3, turn off any ventilation systems such as air conditioners, heaters, fireplaces, exhaust systems, and anything else that can pump air in or out, like elevators. Step 4, select and go to your shelter room and bring your shelter-in-place disaster kit. Select an above-ground, interior room or one with the least exterior walls, windows, or doors that can accommodate occupants for up to 48 hours. Avoid basements as most hazardous gases sink, and avoid rooms with drop ceilings because they do not seal. Step 5, if advised to do so by local officials, inside of your safe room, seal up doors, windows, and any cracks and crevices using plastic sheeting and duct tape. Don't forget to seal around vents, pipes, and outlets. Step 6, tune into your local news media for more information. Step 7, await the all clear. Step 8, after the all clear is given, air out the structure. Here are additional details for how to shelter in place for a chemical emergency. The information from this presentation is from DHS and FEMA's shelter-in-place guidance and other sources, but it could differ from information given by the public safety or their websites in your area. As always, follow the instructions of your local officials or emergency management agency for any given incident. If you're outside or in your car and you can't get to immediate shelter, head upwind and uphill from the source of the release. If you can see the incident, you're too close. Seek higher ground. Most hazardous gases sink. Never drive through a chemical release, as some chemicals displace oxygen and your car could stall out. Some chemicals are flammable and your car could provide the spark. In your car, close the air conditioner vents and windows and attempt to tape or block them with whatever's available. Improvise and cover exposed skin when able. The first step of a shelter in place is to go inside immediately. Bring all visitors and children inside with you, as well as any pets if you can do so quickly. Going inside uses the building as a barrier against the chemicals outside. Shut and lock all exterior doors and windows. This helps slow the contaminated air from coming in. Locking creates a better seal. The idea is to protect your pocket of air inside. Also, close blinds, curtains, and interior doors for an additional barrier, and stay away from windows in the event of explosive hazards. Once inside, don't open them again until the all clear has been given by officials. Turn off any ventilation systems, anything that can pump air in or out. Air conditioners, fans, heaters, fireplaces, dryers. Don't forget to shut the fireplace damper. If you're at a commercial establishment whose systems are controlled off-site, call whoever can shut them down remotely. If systems can't be shut off, at least turn them to recirculate. Also avoid using any elevators because they pump air in and out of a building. The house itself is going to provide some protection, but if able, go to a room within it for additional protection and bring your disaster kit with you. Choose an interior room or a room with the least doors, windows, or exterior walls. Choose a room that's above ground. Avoid basements since most hazardous gases sink. Avoid using rooms with drop ceilings because these have air passages above them and they don't seal. Avoid using rooms with mechanical systems or large pipes as they're harder to seal. Choose the side farthest from the hazard if possible. You might be asked to shelter anywhere from 2 to possibly 48 hours, depending on the incident. Choose a room large enough to hold all occupants comfortably and one that'll have enough oxygen for all within. Use multiple rooms if needed. A room with an outlet to power TV, radio, and phones can be helpful. If possible, one that offers restrooms or a source of water. There are a few supplies that can be useful in a chemical emergency. Plastic sheeting, duct tape, and the scissors to cut them with. The plastic and duct tape will be used for sealing cracks and taping along windows and door frames. FEMA suggests plastic sheeting that's 4 to 6 mils or greater. Anything thicker than saran wrap will help. If you don't have plastic sheeting, improvise with garbage bags. Personal protective equipment can also be helpful, like gloves, goggles, or any chemical mask or filters you might have, if appropriate for the chemical released. Towels and sheets can be stuffed under doorways or used to cover exposed skin. Wipes can be used to remove contamination from skin, but avoid alcohol or alum-based wipes as they can open your pores, allowing contaminants in. Other items to have include your phone and phone chargers, radio and TV for listening to instructions and awaiting the all clear, flashlights and batteries, as well as bottled water, which can be a safer alternative in the event that the water supply becomes contaminated. Some people may have bottled oxygen, which can be used to breathe from, and you will also want food, medicines, a first aid kit, and an extra set of clothes and shoes that have been protected from the chemical to change into after the hazard is passed. The next step, if you're advised to do so by officials, is to seal doors, windows, vents, and any openings or cracks to the outside. Please know that this step is usually taken when there's a significant toxic inhalation or gaseous hazard outside. Because of the hazard associated with advising the public to seal themselves up in a room, some jurisdictions might not include this step. Please defer to the instructions of your public safety agencies for a given incident. If they do include this step, then seal all doors, windows, vents, cracks, or any openings within your safe room using plastic and duct tape. The plastic is helpful for quickly covering large spaces, but the most important action is to tape the edges of the doors, windows, and cover any cracks and crevices. Also seal up any pipes, outlets, or other openings that can allow contaminants to enter. Tune into news media for information and instructions from officials. Next, wait for the all clear from officials, which means that the hazard is passed. While waiting for the all clear, try to stay off the phone to leave them open for emergency traffic. And please avoid calling 911 just for information. If at a business, while waiting for the all clear, consider writing down the names of those sheltering within and let emergency contacts know. You might also want to temporarily change the business's recordings to advise clients that you're closed and are sheltering until it's advised safe to leave. Also avoid using any elevators as they pump air in and out. If chemicals do enter your safe room, it might help to breathe through a wet cloth or to put additional barriers between exposed skin and the air. Use your best judgment and keep your temperature in mind. After the all clear is given, air out the structure. When officials say that the hazard is passed, open doors and windows to ventilate the structure. Go outside while the house is ventilating and let the structure air out for at least 30 minutes. During this time, seek external care for the wounded, check on neighbors, and later, replace the supplies that were used in the disaster kit. This presentation was brought to you by the Emerald Coast Local Emergency Planning Committee. Thank you for watching.